1. The Griffin, nature's ultimate power merger. Why choose between being the king of the skies or the lord of the earth when you can be both? The Griffin is nature's first power merger, the head and wings of an eagle fused with the body of a lion. In Greek mythology, they were the devoted guardians of gold in the Scythian mountains. Modern historians believe the myth originated when ancient traders discovered protoceratops fossils in the Gobi Desert, a creature with a beak-like face and a frill resembling a lion's mane. Representing both wisdom and raw strength, the griffin became a royal emblem of divine power and eternal vigilance. Lesson learned: never mess with a flying lion who collects gold. 2. The dragon, the A-list star of mythology. The dragon is the only entity to appear in almost every civilization, but with two opposing personas. In the West, it is the ultimate villain, a massive, bat-winged reptile with sulfurous breath, hoarding gold it can't spend, representing greed and the devil. In the East, the dragon is a majestic sage, wingless yet soaring through clouds. It controls the rain and symbolizes imperial power. Whether it's the Norse Fafnir or the Oriental Dragon King, dragons endure because they perfectly blend the forces of nature with our primal fears. They may never have existed biologically, but they have ruled our imagination for over 5,000 years. 3. Cerberus, the underworld's loyal gatekeeper. 3 heads, a serpent's tail, and a job description with no days off, guarding the gates of Hades. Cerberus wasn't a monster who hunted the living for fun. His role was strictly administrative: keep the dead in and the living out. He represents the irreversible order of death. Heroes tried to outsmart him in various ways. Orpheus sang him to sleep, while Heracles, since subtlety wasn't his style, wrestled him into submission with brute force. Cerberus is more than a monster. He is order, guarding chaos, ensuring that the cycle of life and death operates according to the rules. 4. The Phoenix, the dramatic artist of rebirth. The Phoenix refuses to accept a quiet end. When its time runs out, it turns death into a spectacular light show. Originating from the Egyptian Bennu bird, the sacred creature of the sun god Ra, the phoenix represents the eternal cycle. It ignites itself in its nest, only to rise from the ashes as a more vibrant being. It is the ultimate symbol of hope and renewal. From ancient temples to modern tattoos, the phoenix reminds us of a profound truth. To be reborn in glory, one must sometimes brave the fire of their own destruction. 5. The Chimera, when imagination overreaches. Part lion, part goat, part serpent, the Chimera is the definition of too much. In Greek legend, it was a fire-breathing beast that ravaged Lycia until it was slain by the hero Bellerophon. Some historians believe the Chimera was inspired by natural gas vents that created eternal flames leaking from rocky crevices. Symbolically, the Chimera serves as a warning against chaos and unnatural hybrids. Today, the term is still used in genetics to describe organisms with 2 distinct sets of DNA, reminding us that not every combination is meant to exist. 6. The unicorn, from misidentified rhino to luxury icon. The unicorn is one of history's most powerful symbols, yet it began with a fascinating misunderstanding. Ancient travelers seeing the Indian rhinoceros described it as a graceful, single-horned horse. In the Middle Ages, its horn, alicorn, was believed to cure all poisons. Kings paid fortunes to own them, but the horns were usually the tusks of the narwhal whale. Once a symbol of purity only tameable by virgins, the unicorn has now galloped into the modern world to represent billion-dollar startups, rare, elusive, and utterly captivating. 7. The Basilisk, death in a small package. The king of serpents is perhaps the smallest tyrant ever imagined. Only about 12 inches long, the basilisk can kill with a single glance. Game over. Its breath is so toxic it cracks rocks and scorches the earth. Legend says it is born from a rooster's egg, hatched by a toad. However, this monster has a ridiculous weakness: the weasel. It was believed that a weasel's scent could kill a basilisk instantly. This is a profound metaphor. Even the most terrifying fears always have a humble Achilles heel. 8. The Leviathan, beast of the infinite abyss. The Leviathan is not just a sea monster. It is a symbol of everything humanity cannot control. Described in the Bible as a gargantuan sea serpent, With impenetrable scales and fiery breath, it is the embodiment of primordial chaos. Medieval scholars viewed it as the demon of the ocean, sent to remind mankind of their insignificant place. The Leviathan became the blueprint for all future sea monsters. It represents the fear that beneath the dark, deep ocean, a colossal entity is always watching back. And so, we've finished our walk down the red carpet of history's greatest legends. Dragons, phoenixes, or griffins. They may never have existed on a biological map, but they possess a power that no real animal can claim: immortality within the human mind. They are the mirrors reflecting our deepest desires for power, our hope for rebirth, and our primal fears of the vast, untamable nature. We create monsters to test our courage and icons to carry our hope. But sometimes, reality is more chilling than fiction. Join us in the next video, where we will face a true assassin. It doesn't breathe fire, it doesn't have 3 heads, and it certainly doesn't rise from the ashes. It is so small you can crush it with a single clap, yet it is responsible for more deaths each year than all the wars in history combined.